Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Late Night Craft Talk. We are live tonight. Svea and I are both here in the house for our 4th of July special tonight, folks.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
With our fireworks in the background going off like crazy. I've had probably about like 3 or 4 in the last few seconds, and Chewy is so terrified.
Oh, our cats are inside, hunkered down. And I'm looking at seeing you with Chewy right there. How do you like this new layout? Look at the new layout with the microphone settings. You can see everybody's microphone level. You see that?
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, there's a bunch of new stuff that StreamYard added the last couple weeks.
That's really cool. Okay,
I'm going to finish getting my stuff, James.
Look who's here. Joya's in the house and Maya.
What?
Yeah, Joya says, yo. And then returning to you. And then Maya says hello. But Maya, Joya beat ya. She was first on the show. Oh, Maya. You let this happen. Unless you're being humble.
What the heck?
Hiya, Joya. Glad to see you. Oh, Maya says my dog is hiding in his crate. Poor boy. Yeah, we're getting that. It's by animal families getting nervous, and our cats are going, what the heck is this? Said earlier, it sounds like Beirut in the 80s outside. Matter of fact, we start the show. I'm thinking Svea and I were talking about grabbing our phones and walking outside to show the live mess. Missed y'all, yes. We could be live last week. I was out of town. Yes, we also missed you too, Joya. Big time. And of course, Maya has to say, in case you can't see it, because one's on YouTube, one's on Facebook. Joya, Maya says hello from El Presidente Admiral General, or El Presidente Italian Ninja Monster Hunter Squad.
I need to be right back. Mochi's really getting scared. I have to give him some Benadryl to calm him down because he's
gotcha. Okay.
He's like shaking, terrified. I'll be right back.
Oh, it's getting bad out there. This is what it sounded like outside my house 5 minutes ago, folks. Boom, boom. Yes, and Maya right there says, right quick to Joya from Maya. Thank you. Hello, my dear. And of course, Maya says, share, share, share. Oh, yep, sharing is caring. I'm going to do that right now. I'm grabbing my phone. I'm going to do my thing. On my brand new phone. I had to get a new phone. I was running a big service project. Let's see. 3 weeks ago. And when I was driving home, my phone decided to walk out on the hood of my truck and jump off. That's the story I'm sticking with. I didn't leave it on top of my hood. So I had to get a new phone. All right. Doing my part, folks. I hope you're doing yours. We are live right now for this week's, come on, predictive text, work for me for once, episode of Late Night Craft Talk with an exclamation point and share. Did my part, folks. How about y'all? Okay. A few more things. Joya says to Maya, hello, my dear. And whatever that is. Okay. We've got a few more people watching. The views are climbing tonight, folks. I'm looking to come on. So anybody new, say hello. Any of the regular gang, say hello. I'm waiting for the regular gang to come up on here. And we are 6 minutes and 4 seconds from the start of tonight's show. Tonight, we're going to be going over cooking. Svea's got her own recipe. I did my own recipe, and we're basing it off grilling pineapples. Yes. Pineapples. Great and anti-inflammatory, as I've learned, and just dang good on a grill. And then there's the big controversy about pizza, but we'll steer clear away from that. While Svea's waiting to come back here after giving Mochi Benadryl. All right. But we're doing that. We're going to be showing how we cooked it. There's some really good food we're going to be sharing with y'all tonight. We're going to make you salivate. Just put a towel over your computer keyboard, or just get a napkin and just tuck it in right now, because you will be drooling tonight, folks. And it sounds like Svea's coming back. We're also going to be talking about drones versus fireworks for the 4th of July celebration. This is a new and evolving thing. We're going to visit that topic tonight. We're also going to be talking about my recent trip down the Green Rivers through Stillwater Canyons in southeast Utah. as well as Cataract Canyon too. That was a neat trip. I just got back late. Late Sunday night from that, and some other fun stuff coming up. We got a show coming up and some fun announcements for the summer with the show. And that'll be part of the story I tell a little bit here, just about 10 or 15 minutes. 4 minutes and 38 seconds to go, folks. Tell me, how has your 4th of July been? Did you go see fireworks at 9 o'clock? A whopping 56 minutes ago. Let us know in the comments. Let's see if we got anybody else signing on to take a look. Oh, our viewership is climbing. This is one of our big nights. All right. Still waiting for Svea as she tucks Mochi in and reads him a little dog time story. Okay. A few more comments we have from Maya. We have, everyone had a fun and safe 4th of July. What did y'all do? I stayed home, but I went to the Del Mar Fair yesterday. I got brave and rode the Ferris wheel. That's cool. Matter of fact, Maya sent us a picture. That was cool. The big thumbs up to you. I actually stayed home today. I actually had to work because I missed work last week. I've been catching up all this week, and I'm getting ready for a show in Wrightwood next weekend. I think Svea went to the beach every day. Or Disneyland. Or Disneyland at the beach. But been a fun week. Otherwise, I'm actually staying home. I'm kind of working a little bit. I do live in the face of hell down in India. We've been averaging 110 to 115 degrees. Though I'm going to go out just to do a little something on 4th of July weekend. I'm going to go out mountain biking Sunday morning. So a few more things to go over here. A few more stuff we have from Maya. I gave my pup a CBD calming treat, but it didn't work too well. As one nervous dog. Maya, what kind of dog do you have? Let us know. And also from El Presidente, we have thank you for watching with lots of heart. So there we got 2 minutes, 57 seconds. I hear Dan.
Yeah, I'm back.
Hola.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Chewy and Mochi are terrified. Actually, Mochi has never shown any indication that he's been terrified of fireworks before. But tonight, it was different. He was standing in the corner, shaking and panting.
Ouch.
So, and it's been really loud. Like the noise, like, has been so, like, it's like shaking our whole house. So, yeah, I just put them in the kennel. I put them in the kennel because for them, that's really safe. Like, they're comfortable there. So I put them in there, and that's the best place I can have them because then they're there for each other, and they won't, run and hide anywhere or get themselves in trouble. And a lot of the times that's just like what you have to do, especially with fireworks, because they're so loud and destructive. They get so scared, and animals have no idea. They have no idea what the heck that is,
Oh, totally. All right. 1 minute and 50 seconds, folks, until we go live tonight for tonight's special of 4th of July.
Yay.
That's a few people. Where are you? Oh, Maria says, I was asking what kind of dog he has because she gave him her dog's CBD treat. It wasn't working too well, and she says he is a Chihuahua mix. A mix of Chihuahua and what else? Great Dane?
Another thing you can do, this is like pretty common knowledge. I have given Chewy, my doctor had recommended it. I've given Chewy a Benadryl, like a human Benadryl. He can have a full one because he's 65 pounds. I gave Mochi half of one. It just kind of helps him calm down. Yeah, that was like a bit loud slam a second ago. But that does help too. And I don't know how CBD and Benadryl works together, so I don't recommend mixing those two.
No,
but
don't.
In the future, Benadryl is a very, very safe version, a way to kind of calm down a dog. That's what I would give to Chewy whenever we go on a road trip. I can't feed him in the morning. I can't feed him like hours before we go on a road trip, and I have to give him a Benadryl to calm him down for the road drive. So that's definitely something that has worked for me. It's really calmed Chewy down. I don't drug them up. So, I only give Chewy one, and they give Mochi's about 30 pounds, 35 pounds. So I give him half of a pill.
Count down.
Oh, 7.
Starting with 5,
4,
3,
2,
1.
Woohoo! Start the
Okay.
show.
It's time for Late Night Craft Talk with hosts Svea and James Hermes. On this week's show, our annual 4th of July special. You might be wondering, was the Declaration of Independence written in Philadelphia? No, it was written in ink. It's time to start the show. And we're going to go over because I was setting up a PowerPoint. Oh, I was hoping to have this done. Going, we're live tonight, folks. Happy 4th of July. Live with StreamYard, wrong banner. I know, nothing like on the fly.
I was like, what? Yay.
I wanted to have these out earlier. We'll put that one away.
Yay.
Okay, there we go.
Yay.
Svea, do you need a U.S. flag?
No, I'm good.
I can't hand you one?
No, you can't have me one.
Because if I did this, nothing would happen. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I got so many flags. I grabbed them out of a drawer. I've actually had these since 9/11. They've been around a while. And they look just as fresh, even though these things are 25 years old. Okay. All right, folks. Here we are. It is rare when 4th of July happens on a Friday, but when that happens, two great things come together. It's called the 4th of July special, and here we are.
Yes, yes. So we are here. Yay.
Did you get the little business out of the way? Mission statement.
Yes. So hello, everyone. Welcome to Late Night Craft Talk, your favorite late night show on Fridays at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We are actually airing tonight live. Generally, we try to do maybe 90% live. We stream on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So you can watch any of those shows. Apparently, Facebook's been deleting any show that's after 30 days. So you're going to have to default to YouTube if you've missed any shows after 30 days. So if you do like our show, please like and subscribe. Please share our show with your friends. Share it on your Facebook pages. Share our YouTube channel on your pages. It's all good, and it helps everyone spread the word about Dancy Bear and Trader and Elk Rack Traders. So.
All right. Yeah, we streamed to 6 places.
Yeah.
That's more than this, but less than this.
Yes.
It's this.
Yes. Princess Leia wanted me to hold her because I think she's getting a little nervous too.
Well, she just wants you to hold her all the time anyway.
Yeah, but she actually not right now, but earlier she was like, when the fireworks went off, she was like scared a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. So welcome everyone. Yay.
I haven't heard any fireworks in like a few minutes.
No, we're gonna have fireworks. We're probably gonna have fireworks till like 2 a.m.
Same here. I'm actually wondering, should I sign on with the phone and wander outside and see what it looks like?
Actually, probably you shouldn't. You know why? I was just thinking about that. People like to shoot in the air too.
Especially fireworks.
Yeah.
I might give it a try. If I have it going, we'll do it. But otherwise, let's get some business done and then move on with the fun stuff.
Yeah. So, hey, James, what's going on with Elk Rack Traders?
Okay, we will be, folks. I got to line this up. Hold on. Let's see how much StreamYard changed on us this week. Okay, 1 week from tomorrow and Sunday, next weekend, which would be, let me look at the dates because I was totally prepared. July 12th and 13th. Look for Elk Rack Traders. It's kind of a fun little show we do. It's not a big powwow or anything like that, but it's one to kind of get out of the heat. And it's just a fun crowd, great location we will be at. Okay. Got to remove this. It still has us have to move things. And there we go. We'll be at Mountaineer Days in Wrightwood, California. That is off the 15. Go through the Cajon Pass, and you drive up into Angeles National Forest, and you got Wrightwood right there. It's a beautiful plus 6,000 feet in altitude. It is cool. It's not supposed to be crazy hot next weekend. Sometimes it's like, melting lead at 9 a.m. hot. But come enjoy it. Come spend the day over there. They have a nice little craft area, some fun activities for the town. And they have, I believe at 1 or 2 p.m., they have what's called the world's shortest parade. Like a block. They have all these booths lined up, and it's like you start, and then like 30 seconds later to maybe 45 seconds, your part of the parade's over.
Interesting.
Oh, they'll have like a wagon being towed by mules and stuff, and they just get going and then it's over. But it is definitely a short parade, but fun. So look for us there at Wrightwood Mountaineer Days. we will be there. And otherwise, we're at Palm Springs Village Fest on Thursdays in Palm Springs, even through the summer. But, we're used to 3 feet from the sun. And that's what's going on with Elk Rack Traders right now. Svea, I have a question for you.
What's your question?
Since we haven't been around, we haven't been on the show for 2 weeks, I am missing out what is going on with Dancing Bear.
Well, I'm glad you asked.
I'm glad I asked.
Oh my goodness, it's just been crazy. So we did a whole bunch of tie-dye shirts. New ones. So Maya's probably going to flip out. I just realized I didn't post the pictures on here, but I took pictures on my phone.
Okay, and look, Wendy's on. Wendy's here.
Yay,
Wendy's in the house.
Okay, so we have some t-shirts that we've done before. So here is our cotton candy t-shirt. I know it's not the best. We have cotton candy. And then we
What's going on there?
I know. Then we have Cheshire Cat. So it's pink and purple stripes. We can see that. It's not meant to be super hard stripes. And then we have a new one, which this is the new one. It's called Raven. And it's black, purple, and aqua. It's really pretty. It's called Raven. And inspiration for that one is my Haunted Mansion spirit jersey. That's why we did Raven. And then I have the Galaxy, which I don't have a picture of. I don't have a picture of Galaxy because I'm doing I'm doing a new batch of Galaxy. It's soaking right now in the backyard. So that one is I'm going to have pictures of it probably tomorrow because I have to do a whole washout of all the extra dye. So we've been doing tie-dye shirts. Additionally, we have ribbon sets that we got all the ribbon sets. So ribbon sets, we got the gray tone set. We got the summer. This is the fall. I mean, we have a bunch of sets of ribbon that we have, which is pretty cool. So people don't have to buy 100-yard rolls of ribbon, which is really cool.
Right, quick. Are you able to keep your balance with Princess Leia like way leaning into you right now?
Yeah. Yeah. She's leaning on my arm. Right now, she's sitting on my arm and putting her feet on my arm, and look at
position of comfort.
Yeah. And then we have 4 directions. So, I mean, we have the ribbon, which is really cool. We've been working on getting those. I finally put those pictures up on the website. And then also, additionally, we're placing a huge ribbon order on Monday. So we have over 200 different colors of ribbon. So I'm just going to do this. 200 different colors of ribbon. I posted them on our social media. Those are actually, you can buy those by the 100-yard roll. So if you make ribbon skirts, if you make graduation lays, if you do crafts where you need a lot of ribbon, this is absolutely the best way to buy ribbon. And it's actually really good quality ribbon. It's very soft and supple. And one of our previous suppliers that we were going to, they were actually, the quality of the ribbon was going down, and then they weren't keeping all the colors in stock. So it was just driving us crazy. So yeah, Maya, they're really beautiful. You really are going to want them all. The prices of the t-shirts are $30. And if you are getting a 3X, it's $2 more. So it's $32. So going back to what I was talking about. What was I talking about? I was talking about the ribbon. So yeah, we're placing a large ribbon order, and the only thing is the price. If it's purchased now, the price will be the old price, which is the current price. It's going to be going up when we get the next ribbon in our order. And then also the other thing is that if we do get charged tariffs, we're trying not to actually charge tariffs unless we actually are being charged tariffs. We want to be really clear and, really clear about that, because we don't want people to think, oh, they're just marking it up. We only would mark it up if it's actually charged to us, right? So if we get a tariff charge on this next ribbon order, which is going to come in about a month and a half, there will be a small surcharge fee on these ribbons. But if there's no surcharge, if there's no tariff, there will be no surcharge. We literally are trying our best to not charge anyone extra fees. And we even have suppliers that are just blanket adding tariff fees on, and we're not ordering from those people because they're charging tariffs on product they still have in stock. It's not new product that just came in. They were charged tariffs. So with that said, we're trying our best to keep the cost down and not add extra fees and whatnot, because we want to make sure that everyone doesn't get that stuff if we don't need to charge it.
That's just a testament to ethics on there, what you have, and trying to run a straight game on that stuff. I mean, we ordered a bunch of before some tariffs were supposed to kick in. We did a big order before it was supposed to happen, and we're working off that for a while. That's one reason, like during the pandemic, the end of the pandemic, ordered a bunch of stuff before the inflation came up, so we wouldn't have to be overinflating those prices like some unreputable businesses do. It's just, that's a pisser that happens, but all kinds in all the world.
Yes, and I'm eating my dinner right now because literally I was doing my videos and stuff before I came here. So I was literally cooking my dinner. So I'm going to eat 2 of the items from my videos after our videos, because I can show
I'm going to save mine for when I finish the video.
Yeah.
It's sitting outside and I can smell it and it is good, but
yeah. I was really excited because I'm going to share something else about one of the things that I kind of talked a little bit with you, James, but it's kind of like, I haven't even talked about it on my Facebook, so it's kind of cool.
You have a pet chipmunk?
What?
You got a pet chipmunk?
No, actually, I would love a pet chipmunk.
No, you don't.
They're so dang cute.
Yeah, but
what?
It's like having a. It's like having I'm trying to remember the name of the weasel family.
Not a chipmunk.
That looks like a great pet, but it's a mean sack. It's a wet cat in a potato sack. It's mean.
Not a. Oh, I love Panera. Sip Club. Let me tell you, it's the best deal in the world. Lingering Shadow said, "I love Panera." So
okay.
Yeah, so we do the show live because literally someone, I don't know who that is, they just said, "I love Panera," and I'm like drinking out of my Panera cup, which let me show you.
Lingering Shadow. I don't know who that is. That's new. Listen,
welcome to our show.
Welcome to the show. Anyway, love when we welcome new people. So what's the big thing to share? It's not a pet chipmunk.
You want me to tell everyone right now?
It's your choice.
Okay, well, actually, you know what? Why don't you go and get your stuff, and I will talk about this.
Well, I was going to do that after you do the cooking. When you talk about the cooking, I was going to get my stuff.
Because this is related to the movie 29 on
Do it.
our. Okay, so one of the things that kind of inspired me for my cooking video is that I was seeing that there was a whole bunch of pineapples in the markets, and there's this pineapple called Honey Glow, and it's by Del Monte, and I was like, oh, that sounds good, let me try it. And so I picked up one, and then Dan and I went to grocery shopping for his dad, and this other grocery store had a long time sip. Hey, it's a really good, it's like $15 a month, and you can get a new drink every 2 hours. Sodas, teas, coffee, if that's what you like. It's pretty convenient, and it's good at all the Paneras all over the U.S. So if you travel a lot, we've used the Sip Club in San Diego, Riverside, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Arizona, Yuma, El Centro, and even Florida in Orlando.
I have never heard of Sip Club. I must have spent too much time.
I'll tell you all about it later.
Yeah, I'm not exactly urban. Right, yeah.
Panera needs to hire me. I know. I know, right? So, but what I was going to say is that I was inspired by, we went to the grocery store, and then, so I bought a pineapple for $7.99. I'm like, I'm going to splurge. I'm going to buy a $7.99 pineapple, because normally I buy like $2, $3 pineapples at Aldi or at Sprouts, right? So I'm just like, I'm just going to buy this fancy pineapple and try it. I bring it home and I put it in the fridge, and then we went grocery shopping with Dan and with my husband Dan, and we went to this market and they had the same pineapple 2 for $7.99. And I was just trying to, think, oh, this is special. I'm like, shoot, I could have bought them here. Well, anyway, that's just like my cheapness coming out. But so Dan's like, hey, let's buy one for Dad. I'm like, okay. So I picked up one for Dad, and I picked up one for us. So then we have 2, right? And Dan put another one in the cart. I didn't realize it. So anyways, I have 4 pineapples. I have 4
Pineapple Fest, Pineapple Con.
Right. And so I cut up a pineapple for his dad and put it in the fridge, and then put bits of it in the freezer so he had to eat it all at once. And I came home like, oh my gosh, we have 3 pineapples we have to eat now. So I'm a part of the San Diego gardening group, and there's people that actually take the top part off the pineapple and make it into a plant. Have you heard about this?
Yes. We talked about it 3 days ago. That's the only reason I know.
Well, I've seen this on like Instagram reels and YouTube reels and Facebook reels. And so it's like, I'm going to try this. I have 4 of these. The closest one's 30 miles away. Well, yeah. So I have the tops of the pineapples. I cut them off. And actually, you can see here, there's some roots growing. And I can't really I don't know if I can do this on top. I'm going to do this carefully. So you're supposed to cut off the top piece. You can twist it off, and you cut. I don't want to drip water on my computer. You cut it back, and then you start pulling the leaves off. So you have this like bit of like the edge here. You can see that. And these are actually roots that are, when you pull off, I think some of these actually have grown out. Like these guys have grown out a bit. See those? Those are roots. So when you pull the leaves off, you actually can see roots. So I have, it takes a while. So when you're doing this, you have to do it every couple days, and you change the water until it's rooting really. So I have right now, I have 4 of these cups next to me right now. I'm going to put the little baby down. I have 4 cups of all of these pineapple tops that I have in these little glass jars. And it does take a while. It takes like 3 years to grow another pineapple, right? But I was like, hey, what do I have to lose? I'll just plant them somewhere in my yard, or if you have a patio, put them in like a pot, and it kind of will look like an aloe plant, like it's a succulent. And in 3 to 4 years, it'll grow a pineapple on the top. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, I mean, you buy a few more pineapples, do that. In about 5 years, your house will be known as Pineappleopolis.
I know, right?
I can't believe I got that straight.
Yes, yeah. So, but this pineapple is just super delicious. And so what I did, this is the final result. Careful not to spill onto my computer. This is sliced pineapple. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the video on how I did it. You ready to watch?
Let's do it.
Okay. Here's pineapple. I just cut it up and I made it into slices. I'm going to prepare it and marinate it in stuff. Okay, hold on a second. I'm going to share the information on how to do the pineapple.
We're actually doing the cooking videos now?
Yeah, that's what it was connected to. Okay. Do you want to wait?
No, we're good.
Okay.
To cook it up. Okay, so here is cinnamon and brown sugar. I said use half a cup of brown sugar and 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. I just kind of eyeballed it, and you're supposed to basically mix in the pineapple, and you're supposed to allow it to kind of coat and then you're supposed to let it sit for like 20 to 30 minutes. But
when I let it sit for 20, 30 minutes, it actually started to get it started to pull the juice out. So I was worried there wasn't enough brown sugar in there, but as I kind of mixed it a couple more times as it had been sitting for a while longer, and then it started getting juicy. So it ended up being perfect amount.
We're going to do a quick version because we're running out of time. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys that, and then We'll go to the next. This is what they'll look like when they're marinating. It's gonna be so delicious. Can't wait. Okay, so they've been cooking for a bit now. And you can see like they look really ready. So I'm gonna take some and I'm gonna put it on this plate. They need to cool for about 10 minutes before you serve them to your guests because they are going to be very hot. And I actually saw some of the juice getting a little caramely.
So it definitely caramelized when it got hot too, which was kind of cool.
Oh, that makes it just so good.
Now, what's cool about this is if you've ever been to a Brazilian barbecue, they have these whole pineapples on like a big skewer. Yeah, it was tasty before cooking them. It really was. I just wanted to do something totally different because you can actually do grilled pineapple on the grill and barbecue. And so that was kind of, I thought, is to do like grilled barbecue pineapple with the cinnamon and the brown sugar so that it gets really yummy and it's perfect for a barbecue. So that is my pineapple and I'm going to taste it right now in front of you. So I have my pineapple. This is delicious, even better.
The look on your eyes, the roll in the eyes goes because it's just that.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you're drooling, folks. But folks, warning now, this is when you need to put a towel over your keyboard.
I know. I have
your lap. You will be drooling. It happens now.
It's good. I didn't cut out the cores, so.
Really?
Yeah, the core is a little hard, so.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to eat around the core.
Usually I get that many pineapples, I'm dehydrating them.
Mm-hmm. It's very good. The cinnamon and the pineapple is so good. Delicious. Okay.
My turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, folks. So what I decided to do is, Svea's already frying, was going to grill the pineapple, but something happened with just the fry pan. But we went ahead and grilled pineapple. What we did is we went a little bit further and grabbed some green bell pepper, red bell pepper, actually yellow bell pepper and red bell pepper, pineapple, and shrimp, and stabbed them. Stabbed them all with one spear called a skewer. We made skewers. And let me get it loaded up right quick because I have to get rid of one video before we do another. Okay, let me get it here. The video file. Okay. I'm going to be pausing here and there and narrating what I'm going to be doing. So this is what we started off with. This is what we have is like those orangey bell peppers. What are those called?
Bell peppers.
Bell peppers. And we have the red bell pepper. We have the seasoning. And the secret all here is in the seasoning. Of course, pineapple. A couple of oranges for some reason. And, oh, yeah, for part of the seasoning right out there. And also you can see the cinnamon and sea salt.
Yeah.
And and I'll talk about the sauce here in a minute, but what we did is as we go along, I'm going to be skipping through this a little bit. So we have the sauce, and then we have the main secret ingredient being not just the pineapple, but the shrimp. And this is what we used, barbarically spear them for dinner. So we have that. What we do is we take those as soon as this picture gets done. All right, here's where we actually get ready to put everything and savagely spear them because I'm a man and we hunt and want our dinner. We stab this shrimp. Look at that, brutal. And then we go for the fruit. We got, of course, the pineapple. I'm not going to go. I don't know how much I'll be narrating this. We'll be talking, so I have kind of a long video clip. We're totally going to be skipping on that one. So we put it together. Yeah.
James, did you soak the skewers in water?
Yes, we did.
That's the important. Yeah. Okay.
That's one thing I was supposed to show in that picture right here. There is we actually soaked the skewers for about 20-25 minutes.
Okay. I couldn't see if that was in water. Okay, cool.
Gotcha. And so we're adding, the shrimp, the pineapple. And the pineapple is what we kind of use to kind of hold the shrimp in place, especially in the last one. And you want to add a little bit of space. You don't want to stick it right close together. I'm actually adding some space between the peppers. And then we're going to stab one more shrimp. Savagely. I went shrimp hunting.
It's kind of like yin and yang the way you're doing it. So it's like this way and then this way.
Yeah. I made them all go the right direction. This is the very first one. And I went, oh, that's going to be difficult. And it actually does make a difference when you actually barbecue it on the grill. If you have the tails kind of facing each other, it's a little weird. Okay. So we add all those. You can see that. And then we'll put it away and then add another one. Here we're actually adding the sauce. Now the sauce is lemon juice, some orange, cinnamon, bell pepper. I mean, not bell pepper, the sea salt. Okay. And I believe I'm missing one part. Mom, I know you're watching the show. Can you run in and kind of tell us the sauce? She'll probably be here in about 30 seconds because she's watching the show outside. So we have those and a little bit of pepper. And there's actually just a little bit of baking soda to help the shrimp stay fresh on that one. So just a little bit on there. Yeah. So there, we have it all lined up. Basted it well, all stuff's dripping, and I just went over there. That whole thing you see right there went for 10 skewers. So now we put them on the shrimp. There's a secret. If you have never used skewers for the food you have hunted with your spear, is you can see where we have the shrimp on one end and got the tongs so it doesn't slip on you. And you can see the pineapple. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pause the video because we have a special guest we have the secret sauce lady.
Secret sauce lady.
She's going to talk off camera.
Okay.
It's good. She's in her pajamas. Secret sauce lady from off who will not be seen. What is the secret in the sauce? Olive oil. Lemon juice. Salt. Pepper. Paprika.
Ooh, secret.
Garlic. I can taste the garlic was amazing. Garlic powder.
Okay.
Really? It was?
That's it.
That's it. Okay.
Oh, and then put it in the blender.
And then put it in the blender. Put it all together. Great stuff. Now, where did you add the baking soda?
Oh, I forgot about the baking soda. You add that with all the spices.
Yeah, you add the baking soda with all the spices, just a little bit to help preserve that shrimp. Keep it firm. So, thank you, Secret Sauce Lady.
Thank you, Secret Sauce Lady.
Thank you, Secret Sauce Lady.
You're welcome.
We have a new character. Okay, back to the video. So what we have is there you got it. Now what I did is when I put them on there, you can see like the tongs on one end, so we can maintain that integrity of our hunted food that we spend much time in hunting through the forest, getting that shrimp, the herds of shrimp. Anyway, so we have it on there. Now what we do is we put it on there and we have it on one side for 3 to 4 minutes, depends on the heat of the flame. That flame was hot. I live in India, and I thought that flame was hot.
As most barbecue flames are hot.
No, but that was like really hot. I mean, I live in a place you can cook eggs at 9 in the morning at the height of summer.
Uh-oh, pineapple fell off.
Yeah, well, I ate it. Okay, so we have the skewers right there. After about 3 minutes, you can see me turning them over. Obviously, this is delayed or, edited down just a couple minutes. So turning them over, I'm going to skip through that part a little bit. And after I think we kept it on the grill about 4 minutes that time. We did 3 the first round, turn over, decided to go 4. We have it all right there, taking them off. And
so James, were the shrimp pre-cooked?
Yes.
Okay,
they're already pre-cooked on there. And so with that amazingness, you can see right there, thumbs up, all that shrimp. That's what we had for dinner.
That's a beautiful platter, by the way.
Whole platter.
That was a beautiful platter.
Oh, yeah, it is. We have the shrimp skewer. The star of the show. Why anybody signed on tonight. First one's a pineapple. Ready for me to take a taste?
Okay. Go for it.
Hold on. Cheap special effects. Angels! I hear angels singing. An ethereal light is shining upon my plate of a shrimp skewer. We're having a religious experience here on Late Night Craft Talk.
Oh,
well, dear Lord, please don't hit me with a lightning bolt.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
Okay. So let me try the shrimp, and you can really taste the garlic. The paprika and the garlic really brings it out. And the shrimp are awesome. I'm trying not to talk with my mouth full and show that I have manners, but I'm talking with my mouth full, explaining myself like I'm narrating. Anyway, that is the shrimp skewers. And just remember that paprika really adds it. And it's a healthy recipe, which is what we're after on this.
Yes.
Because a couple years ago, about 3 years ago, 3 years ago, we did a show with all kinds of barbecue sauce. 2 weeks later, I had a stroke. Okay.
Yeah, so believe it or not, we are trying to do a kind of healthy ideas for barbecue. I know it's late already, but you have a whole summer to use these ideas. Okay, do you want me to show the next video I have?
Let's do the next video you have. You want to play it or shall
I? Whatever. Do you want to play it? James
let
usually
me
is
remove
all the
mine.
video.
There we go. Is it this one?
Yep.
You do want to leave it in the husk, and you do want to trim this extra bits off because we're going to be putting all of these.
Oh, shoot.
into
Pause
the
it really
oven.
quick. So I
Okay.
deleted the wrong video before it. So what I was saying is you can use any corn. You can use white corn or yellow corn. And I was saying you have to clean them up before putting them on
this pan right here. So you're going to use a cookie sheet, roasting pan, whatever. I just wanted to use this because it has handles. So I figured that'd be easy. So I prepared all of these. You just want to make sure there's no openings. Make sure that it's completely sealed. If any of them are a little sealed, you could put unsealed. I put some extra leaves in here just to kind of give it a cushion so it's not just open air so that no moisture is lost on these guys. So anyway, I'm going to put these in the oven. So I set my timer for 30 minutes and we're going to go. We'll see how it turns out.
You know what? I feel like we missed the beginning.
I'm going to turn off the timer.
So I did at the very beginning of the video, I said, preheat your oven for 350. So I think maybe some of this video got cut off, but okay.
Turning off this. Okay. These are the roasted corn in the oven. Those guys, they look like they're ready. I'll put it right here. Now you're going to want to let them cool a bit, and then you can start peeling back the skin.
Because they are 350 degrees, by the way, out of the oven. Don't want to burn your fingers.
See, look at that corn. It looks perfect. And all you need to do, you can actually peel this guy back. You can peel these guys back here. Oh, they're really hot. You peel them back, and you can use the husk as a handle, or you can just do it like regular corn on the cob. Enjoy.
Okay, so I'm going to do something funny, okay? So pretend like these are regular glasses. I need glasses so that I can see my food, right? Okay. Let's remove this video here. What the heck?
I don't know. You did it.
Set our
Oh, see? It says
50. And
350.
we're going to, so right now I preheated it, and I'm going to prep the corn. So I have bought corn. You can use it any kind of corn you want. You do want to leave it in the husk, and you do want to trim this extra bits off because we're going to be putting all of these into the oven on this pan right here.
Okay, so now I'm going to remove this and see what happens. There we go. Okay, so here's the corn that I had, and I'm going to peel it back. I'm just going to make it like I'm going to peel it. I want to put that in that plate with all my food. Okay, I'm going to peel it back, and I'm going to do something. We'll see. Okay, so here's the corn. I'm using it like a handle. Okay, I'm going to try this. Oh, that was good.
You just ruined a perfectly good pair of $5 sunglasses.
There's a guy that I see on Facebook and or YouTube, and he does these videos with food, and he like throws his glasses across and it's like, that was good.
Got it.
That was really good though, because it was very crisp, and it's not dry at all, which is nice. Because sometimes when you do the barbecue corn, it gets dry. So
Barbecue corn. That's always good stuff.
oh my gosh, so good. That's yummy.
Got it. But I don't see an ethereal light coming down on your food.
I know, but I threw sunglasses.
You threw sunglasses.
Let me put the information on how to make the corn.
Do it.
Here.
I guess I didn't do write it down to put on the commentary because I guess I'm just waiting on oral tradition.
You're waiting on oral tradition. So this is how you do the corn.
Okay. I just got an open fire.
Yes, I know. So anyway, okay, let me take this back. Okay, James, it is 10:35.
Well, we're not short of material. Matter of fact, I was supposed to talk about the trip last week, and we jumped into cooking.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. So, folks, I was actually up, and we're talking about 4th of July. This kind of celebrates some of the wilderness and the amazing landscape, and this I'm tying it into the part of the show, of America. Now, last week I was in Canyonlands National Park paddling the kayak for a 6-day, 60-mile kayaking trip through Stillwater Canyon and Canyonlands National Park. We're in the Maze District of the park, super remote area. Now, I've shown pictures of this. I've done since we started doing the show. I've done a couple of trips through there, but it's been a couple of years, and some things have changed down there. Not much, but some. We're super remote area, bottom of a canyon, 1,000 feet down in a canyon. Actually, more like 1,500-1,600 feet down in a canyon. And occasionally, if there's a flash flood from a monsoon, it kind of changes the water a little bit. Some of the routes of the river, a teeny bit, but the area is just as amazing as I remember it from the first time to the 15th time I've ever been down there. And I took my Boy Scout venture crew. We had a group of 9 of us, and a little bit larger group than I usually take with scouts. Usually it's like about 7 people, but this was an especially amazing trip because the weather was so amazing. It got warm during the day, but we didn't have any rain or crazy wind. This is the day before we launched. I'm going to go through a couple things here. The day before we launched, we did some rock climbing by the Colorado River, what's called Wall Street. That's the name of the cliff area where the kids were climbing. You can see some of them there. And but this is the next day, so I'm going to do a little step by step, but the pictures are amazing. This is a place called Mineral Bottom. To get there, you go over the side of a cliff in something that looks like you'd be in the Himalayas, where you're driving a road like this with a sheer drop-off of about 1,200 feet to get down there. It's a narrow, twisty road. Matter of fact, our next live show, the 10-minute countdown will be going down Mineral Bottom Road. You'll get an idea of it. So, but this is actually launch day. This is actually June 23rd, the day we're on the river. And some of the campsites we stayed at, because the river was about high. It was running about 6,000 cubic feet per second, or CFS. So the water we had to stay at what's called high water sites. We couldn't stay at sandbars. And some of the high water sites have precarious landings, as you can see from the picture on the left and the top right picture. Both the same place, but you had to get it out there. Kayaks are partly in the water. Get out of the kayak. It might be knee-deep water from the skinny kayak, and then climb over a hill to get to a decent campsite. And that's one of our probably our most precarious landing camping spot. You can see another one where you just have mud. The picture on the lower right, there's only enough kayak room for like 2 or 3 kayaks at a time out of the 9 of us, 9 kayaks to load. But the campsites were freaking gorgeous. And these are 2 of them, two separate different campsites. The lower one's called Ledges in Lower Stillwater Canyon, and the top one is actually Fort Bottom. And we camp at these places, but the sites are amazing. I have always been a fan. I've showed these these are not the first time that we've shown these images of these particular places on the show, but this is an area that is heavy in a lot of granaries and sites of ancestral Pueblo sites. These are about between 900 and 1,200 years old. These particular ones are probably about 1,100 years old. And you can see what's called the granary sites, the watchtower. That's exploring a place called Turk's Head on the lower right. And the one in the upper right and lower left are called watchtowers, or Moki Ford watchtowers, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's like Lord of the Rings stuff. Signal one tower in case something happens and go to the next one. I'm trying to hold back a sneeze. So, and the upper left is actually a granary that's about 150 feet above the river, hanging a little insert against the cliff. We can have that. So just the connection and going down there for me, it's like going to a place. Any native is going to yearn to go to a place where time stands still, to see a place that is so physically evident of the old one's activities. It ain't my tribe, it ain't not a Pueblo, but that's why I keep on going down there, is the time it stood still and it's so evident, and you can see the structure. It's not just stories or something, but actually the hands built by the old ones, in some cases even the handprints, and even some cases they're old bulletin boards, the old internet bulletin boards. This rock is about 9 feet tall, this boulder, and it's surrounded on 3 sides by petroglyphs.
Wow.
And I approach that thing like it's the Sistine Chapel. It's called Newspaper Rock in the Maze District. There, you can't drive to this. The only way is by canoe or kayak. It is so remote. Yeah. And there ain't no velvet ropes around these sites. You got to earn the right to be there. And this is what I particularly interest to me. You see a pile of rocks right there. That's a chip field. You all know I nap arrowheads. Don't do the lazy thing. You're going to do the lazy thing. Pretend you're napping with the K. So this is where the chip field, and these are sites where the old ones would come over and break apart like the jasper right there, make flakes to be able to chip more arrowheads. What you see, let me see if I can zoom in on it. Right, and this is what's amazing. Right there toward the center of the screen. Just to the right of the center of the screen, see on top of that little boulder is a hammerstone. The last person who put it there was the guy that made these flakes 1,000 years ago.
Wow.
And I see that, and I will not touch that thing. I have looked at that and been in that particular site probably seven times. And I showed the hammerstone. I said, I am not touching this. The last one who picked it up and used it was one of the old ones. I mean, talk about like.
Is it exactly where the mouse pointer is?
Yeah, it's about right here. Because
I can see your mouse pointer.
That's a hammerstone. It's there where the person set it down. It's pretty amazing. So let me zoom out of that. But that's what did I do? There we go. Okay, that to know that these places still exist. That you have to earn the right to be there in the remote places that doesn't have a velvet rope or admission, and to be able to go there and walk up to it as the old ones did and see where they were at. And this place called Turk's Head, the timestamp just moves differently there.
Yeah.
Is just
it's also it's also just respecting the earth and respecting the areas, Oh my gosh, it's totally going crazy right now. There's like crazy firecrackers.
I can hear it in the background. That's nuts. But anyway, folks, this chip field, someone will measure a few square feet, maybe 20 square feet. This measures about 7 acres.
Yeah. It's
a big chip field. Probably a couple areas combined in the general area, probably more like about 20 acres.
Wow.
But the sites of Canyonlands is just so amazing right there. This is from the bow of my kayak. And these are 4 different picture views of Stillwater Canyon. The upper right is lower Stillwater Canyon, where the canyon and the lower left is where the canyon starts getting about 1,500-1,600 feet deep. It is deep and narrow. And the lower right is Turk's Head. That's where the granaries are at, and the chip field, Newspaper Rock. And the last slide of this is there's this cowboy cabin from like 1880s something. I look and imagine wake up to that view every morning.
Wow.
And it's just such a special place to share. I mean, there's fun stories of it. One of the things in our group of 9 people, we had 4 adults, 1 female adult leader. This is her first kayak camping trip ever. Her daughter went. Her daughter, I'm not going to say the name. This is what's really cool. This is the first girl, high school age girl, that's ever gone on these trips. I lead scouts through. The first girl, because usually most of the girls are like, we want to go, but we don't want to do what's called the wag bag, which is the bathroom situation. You pee in the river and you go in a bag and you haul your poop out with you.
Look at this. See the flashing?
That's a lot.
That's fireworks.
Yeah, you got a lot more going on in your neighborhood than mine. That's from your ring or what?
Yep.
Wow.
They are just going crazy outside. This is just it's.
Yeah. Let me finish off with this part. So this girl, kudos to you. A lot of girls like to keep their girliness, and she did this trip with 3 other boys. 1, 2, 3, 3 boys. 4 boys. 4 adults. And then she went. She's a little girl, 14 years old, real shy, and she did with her Lee press-on nails and didn't chip a nail the whole trip.
Wow.
as getting out of the kayaks, climbing up these cliffs and stuff like that, went rock climbing. So if you have daughters that are like, you want them to try to do this stuff, they're like, no, it's too rough. This girl did it and did not chip one nail. It can be done. So that was pretty amazing. There's other stuff in the trip, might tell other stories, but those pictures are totally worth sharing, especially how deep it is and gets to you. And we have another topic dealing with our 4th of July special.
Yes, we do.
Is it time for drones versus fireworks?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, especially in the last, probably 5-6 years, drones have become a thing now. As the maturity's gone, a lot of cities are starting to go to drones, especially like cities in dry areas like Southern California were so prone to fires. We had one. I came home and saw we had a bunch of smoke from the wolf fire over above Beaumont, and so a lot of cities are opting for this. And the traditionalists and people are like, we want to see fireworks, we want to see the booms, the cracks, and all that. But sometimes it's just the insurance and the liability is just so expensive. And so where do you get really Svea and I were talking, where do you actually get a good show? I mean, where do you get it satisfied at? So I've got 2 clips I want to play, and let me remove a couple here. So
sound off. Sound off, right? Sound off, right? Sound is off?
Yeah, sound's off.
Okay.
So I have to mess with that copyright. So what should we play first? The regular fireworks or the drone show?
Let's do the regular fireworks first.
Let's do the regular fireworks. So first we show off. Where are you doing that? Show plus video file. Okay. First, we're going to do with the regular fireworks. Everybody's familiar with fireworks. Here it is. Fireworks show over the nation's capital, right there with Washington Monument. And this is a couple minutes. We don't need to really view that, but it's cool because you feel the boom. Like, unfortunately, like it's video footage going off too much in one's own neighborhood. But you got
that's like basically what my backyard was doing, or my front yard was doing. Like
you're the only one. Our neighbor just went off big time again, and I just saw flashes out my window. Yes. So there's something about the smell in the air, the boom. There's just, America about it.
Yeah.
The drawbacks, there's a lot, as we were talking at the beginning of the show. You get, it scares the hell out of the animals. Mine right now, yours right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember and then there's veterans and whatnot, and you can't protect people from themselves, but you got to be considerate on some stuff. But I remember when Pachanga Pow used to happen years ago, 4th of July weekend, I had a couple of native Vietnam vets that regularly come over and visit, and they would hide under my table. And I've said this, but told the story before. They would hide under the back table of my booth, crying down like this because of the fireworks. And I asked one time, what was Tet like back in '69? And he goes, all those fireworks in the air, multiply that exponentially, and people dying, and that's what Tet was like. I was like,
yeah.
And so, but still, there's something thrilling about most of the crowd likes about the boom and the smoke and the flashes, all that. But then there's the drone show. Folks, I don't know if you've ever seen a drone show. And Svea, I'm sorry if I kind of jumping on you here a little bit. Does somebody want to?
Oh, so I was just going to talk about drone shows because I've been kind of watching on them. They're done at several Disney parks. I follow Disneyland and Disney parks, and they've been doing a drone show in Paris, and they also do a drone show in Shanghai and Hong Kong, the Disney parks. The only thing about the drones, though, is that they can fall. And they're not small drones. They're actually quite large. So that's the other drawback, is that if they're doing a drone show, they have to do them in an area where there's nothing underneath that can fall. So, like, for example, they're planning on doing one in San Diego, but they do it over the water. So
that's not much different than fireworks.
What?
That's not any different than fireworks.
I know, because these drones, I don't know how big they are, but they're big enough where they could really hurt someone if they fall. And so, for example, in Florida, they were doing it in Orlando, and they weren't doing it in the park. They were doing it over Disney Springs, which is their big lagoon. They were doing a trial show. over Disney Springs, and a few of them fell during the show. They fell into the lake, but that's definitely a concern of, it needs to be done where there's space where they can fly and there's nothing below they can get hurt or people who can hurt.
Same with fire. I mean, if the drone goes down, but if fireworks go over, it can hurt a group.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, fireworks can start a whole fire, but with the drones, if it lands on someone, it could literally kill them. Because imagine falling from how high they are up in the air, and it falls on you, and it's big. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not like these little tiny drones that are this big.
No, they're definitely not. Let's go to bring up.
They're probably 2 to 3 times the size of this box.
Sometimes you'd be surprised about how small they might be on that. Let's go bring up a drone show.
Okay.
So let me get this here. This is the fireworks are cool. You time into the music. But with the drones, and this is done with 1,000 drones, can tell a story.
Oh, yeah. And it's amazing what they can do with them because they're
matter of fact,
cool.
There's a Saturn V rocket blasting off, all with drones. If you get fireworks to do that, you are amazing at manipulating physics. But just the blast off it has from it, the story can tell. You can see the flames coming out of that thing. I mean, that's cool, and it's 3D. It's not just flat.
Mm-hmm.
The drones, they're actually doing a round model, and look at that.
Yeah.
Stars, planet. I think that storytelling capability, and I think only have this this video is only a couple of minutes, but that's awesome.
It is. I mean, there's so much they can do with it. They've done things where they have words. They have actual animations. Like I've seen it where there's a person, a character moving.
Yeah.
It's amazing what they can do with it.
And here's a lunar lander. There's actually a video I saw, and I wanted to do something that was actually in America there was an actual 4th of July celebration. But China, I think it was the last Olympic Games were in China. They had a closing ceremony. They had a drone show. They actually showed the traditional size, the long, elongated Chinese dragon spiraled, and there was a circle above it, and it was actually dropping fireworks from the drones. So you combine that fireworks with the drone show, it's amazing. I mean, we're looking right there. That's pretty damn cool. And look what happens with the flags. It starts kind of waving. And then you have the famous scene of the soldiers erecting the U.S. flag at Iwo Jima. And the flag waving. It's actually, the drones are moving back and forth for that. And I mean, the storytelling capability on that one and the technology involved. And then we have.
Okay. So I just really quickly looked up here. I was like, how big are the drones for a drone show?
Yeah.
It says their wingspan of 12 inches to over 6 feet and weighing from 2 to 10 pounds or more. And the drones are equipped with bright full LED lights. And it says, large drones, they can have a wingspan exceeding 6 feet or more for complex formations and larger displays. And it says some of them drones are 2 to 10 pounds, while other large drones can handle payloads up to 500 pounds. So, I mean, they can be big.
Yeah. Something that's fly that precise, plus you need something with a battery power. The bigger they are, the more heavy the battery is, the more load.
Exactly.
And it goes from there. I've looked at some, and I think most of them I've seen, I'm going to put in about this size category. This is about 2 feet by a foot. And, the batteries on them are good for anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes, depending on the model and everything, the complexity of the drone, the technology involved. But, that's how long a fireworks show typically is. Most local ones are going to be like 10, 15 minutes. Or the cost really goes up. You're one of the big city ones, it may go on for 45 minutes. And the grand finale, holy cow, with the fireworks. So.
Oh, here, I have something I'll share really quick.
Okay. While you're doing that, I want to tell the show. Let us know what your druthers are. What's the pros on fireworks for that kind?
So look at this. These are just examples of drone shows and what you can do, what can be done. I mean, look at the Santa. That's so cool. There's so much you can do.
My video.
This is the one, I think what you were talking about with the dragon.
You were seeing my video. You need to actually.
Oh, I have to remove it.
Go ahead. Go now. And we're on my PowerPoint. Let me remove that.
Okay, add to stage. Okay, here we go.
There we go.
Sorry about that. But yeah, look at here's the Santa, like in reindeer. I mean, this is probably the one you were showing. This is the one you were showing earlier, right?
Yes.
But it's like, look at these. I mean, there's so much you can do with them. And I think this is actually a picture of what it looks like with all the drones. So these ones don't look very big.
When you have 1,000 of them, you don't want them very big.
Yeah. So, but it's really cool. I mean, there's so much you can do with these things, you know.
I'm sure there's going to be some people that would rather have the fireworks, the boom, the sound. This may be the future because, you know, just the storytelling capability for a show is so much more than boom boom. Oh, I love the boom booms.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought that was kind of cool. To give people an idea of what it looks like on, you know, other sides.
Oh, definitely. With that, we're down to the last couple minutes of the show. We wanted to do something that would be Screaming America. We had our short debate about the drones versus fireworks. That'll be going on between folks and their points of view, the traditionals, compared to the new shows. That'll be going on forever, probably. So we want to do something. What is something that screams America? Svea, what is something to you that screams America?
Oh, shoot. You know what? Can you go first?
Okay. I know we didn't really set up the question. I'm just going to answer for you. Cowboys. What is more iconic? What is the most iconic cowboy you can think of? Sam Elliott. And what's the biggest, most amazing American movie you can think of? Why, yes, of course, you're thinking of The Big Lebowski. So,
what about Roadhouse? Did you ever think of that?
Roadhouse. Yeah. I won't admit how many times I've seen the movie Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
But I wanted to go as we end the show. Savannah and I picked the movies, and I wanted to read in the style of Sam Elliott quotes from The Stranger, what's the name of his character in The Big Lebowski, dressed in cowboy hat, quoting lines from Sam Elliott in The Big Lebowski, which requires a cowboy hat.
Yes.
Ready? You actually have to warm up for this. I'm doing this cold here. Now, when you sit in there, he's dressed the cowboy. Let's see. I'm going to get better at this as we go along. Way out west, there was this fella I want to tell you about. Fella by the name of Jeff Lebowski. At least that was the handle his loving parents gave him. But it never had much use for the name himself. Mr. Lebowski, he called himself the Dude. Now, Dude, that's a name no one would self-apply where I come from. But then there was a lot about the Dude that didn't make a whole lot of sense. And a lot about where he lived, likewise. But then again, maybe. That's why I found the place so darned interesting. They call Los Angeles the City of Angels. I didn't find it to be that exactly. But I'll allow there are some nice folks there. Of course, I can't say I've seen London. I ain't ever seen France. I never seen no queen in her damn undies. So the feller says, that's getting weird. Let's just go to this one. Take it easy, dude. Oh, yeah. Here we go. It was a pretty good story, don't you think? It made me laugh to beat the band. Parts anyway. I didn't like seeing Donnie go, but happen to know that there's always a little Lebowski on the way. I guess that's the way the whole darned human comedy keeps perpetuating itself down through the generations. Westward the wagons across the sands of time until look at me. I'm rambling again. Okay. America. Sam Elliott.
Yeah. And from the Big Lebowski.
From the Big Lebowski. What do you got?
I think we're running out of time, so it's okay. We don't need to do mine. But hey, one of my favorite parts in that movie.
I want to see yours.
No, I don't have
I
one
want to see yours.
because it was too not enough time for me to put it together.
We've gone over time before a couple minutes. This
Yeah.
is for our viewers, Svea.
I was like, I'm gonna spend some time. Okay, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna do the movie. So I think the most quintessential American movie that like everyone looks at like all these movies, they think that is 100% an American film. So the one I'm thinking about is kind of on the fence of which two, but I'll just go with this one because this is when I saw it. I'm like, yes. Okay, there was a movie from 1939 called The Wizard of Oz, and one of the great film quotes is, "I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog too." And another one that a lot of people like to say, "I got a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore."
I got a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Yep.
I got to work on my Sam Elliott. I got the voice.
Okay, guys.
Do you see what's happening? Another angelic light brought me a shrimp skewer. America.
Yay.
Let this be the visual going up for the show. Shrimp skewers.
Yes.
And a broken flag. Shrimp skewers.
Yes. And Princess Leia is not nearby. Wicket is sitting on the chair next door to me.
Okay.
But he's not within reach. Otherwise, I'd make him dance with me.
Got it. It is in time, folks. We will be back live in 2 weeks because I do have to be at the show at Wrightwood next weekend. We'll have another replay of one of our favorite shows. After that, we'll be live for a while.
Yay! Fun.
Yep. So we have a couple guests. I've actually booked one texting through Starlink while I was on the river and away from Leo's cell phone signal. And so we actually have a guest coming up in the next few weeks, actually from the Bureau of Land Management. That'll be really cool.
Cool.
Including Svea's guest that includes the Emperor of Omicron Perseid 8 from Futurama.
Okay.
We have an alien.
Why are you making everyone get disappointed? They're not going to get surprised anymore.
You're right. Thinking of a reason. I'll have a good one. I'll tell you next week. Pineapple lady.
This is so cool. I'm excited. I'll let you guys know in 3 years if I have pineapples.
We're probably doing the show for 3 years. Just remember, folks, to say goodnight and thank our special guest that came in off camera tonight, Secret Sauce Lady.
Secret Sauce Lady. Woo!
Secret Sauce Lady. We're headed up there with Crazy Cat Lady and Taco Bite Guy.
Yes, Taco Bite Guy.
Okay. We got to bring back Taco Bite Guy. All right. It's time. Okay. Let's take that.
This was another great episode of Late Night Ground Talk.
Absolutely. I'm just getting the video file because thank you. Changing things. StreamYard. Okay. Generic
I didn't
show.
yawn until right now. Oh my gosh.
You what?
I didn't yawn until like right now.
You're doing awesome tonight. Let's dance to that. Night, folks. Get fun.
Aw, ain't he cute?
Yes.
No. No infinity.
Yes to infinity and beyond.
Infinity is infinity.
Infinity beyond.
Infinity is forever.
I'm only quoting one of your favorite Disney characters, Infinity and Beyond.
Well, if you put another character over that, I would be really happy.
I'm just going to keep you guessing every week. I'll eventually do it. I just don't want to say when.
Yeah. Okay, everyone.
Randomly as a shrimp skewer appeared in front of me.
Okay. Well, thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Good night, folks.
We'll see you